Oh, we are live! How are we, lads? Come on, the footy! The footy spot! Guys, subscribe to the channel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah! The Cowboys win it! Woo! Alright, here we go. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I'm Nick from Australia. Welcome to the Rugby League World Cup semi-finals preview. Hope you guys are all doing well. I can see my internet connection's a bit shit at the moment. Hopefully it improves. I hope everyone's doing well on this very, very nice Friday afternoon, 5:32 p.m., November 11, 2022. I hope you guys are all doing extremely well. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new around here, make sure you subscribe. We're getting closer to 2,020 subscribers, so if you can hit the subscribe button if you're new around here, would be much appreciated. But this is going to be the Rugby League World Cup semi-finals preview. If you watched the breakdown podcast the other day, you would have saw my tips. I may have or may have not changed my mind to a couple of matches. There's 2 games to go through. Obviously, Australia versus New Zealand, which is on Saturday morning, and England up against Samoa tomorrow night there, which is like 1:30 a.m. for us over here in Australia. Should be absolutely fantastic. I'll say hello to everybody in the live chat. We've got Jason Reader here. We've got SS Storm Fan. We've got Electrical Dust, and the crowd's starting to build in now. About 10 people watching the stream, so it's good to see the crowd building up. It's going to be fantastic tomorrow morning. The World Cup, Australia versus New Zealand. I'm really looking forward to the match itself. And what I'm going to do, just want to go over a bit of a preview. Just want to put it up on the screen for you guys here, so everyone can get a look at the team list in case you're unaware of the 1 to 17 for both sides for tomorrow morning's World Cup clash between the Kangaroos and the Kiwis. Now, my connection is starting to cut out again. It should be right. It's just starting to come good now. A bit blurry. Give it a moment to gel. There we go. I think we're good to go. So just want to go through the team for both sides here. As you can see, Australia, pretty much unchanged. Teddy, Holmes, Trell, White, Nato, Carr, the backs. Munster, Cleary, the halves. Patrick Boyovich, 10 on the front row. Hunt and Hooker. Crichton, Liam Martin, and Yo in the back row. Bench, BCE, Cam Murray, Paddy Carrigan, and Harry Grant. And in the reserves, you've got Regan Campbell-Gillard and Ruben Cotter. Ruben Cotter being left out of the Kangaroos starting, out of the 1 to 17, actually surprises me a little bit. I thought Ruben Cotter would have been on the bench over Paddy Carrigan or whatever, but I've gone with Carrigan, which is a bit of a surprise. As for New Zealand, the back line is obviously Manu at fullback, Ronaldo, Mulatalo, and Jordan Rapana on the wings. For some reason, the computer decides to do that. What a piece of shit. Anyway, we'll start again. Manu fullback. On the wings, you've got Ronaldo Mulatalo and Jordan Rapana. In the centres, you've got Peter Hiku and Chance Nicol-Klukstad. The halves, Brown and Hughes. The props there, Jesse Bromwich and Fisher Harris. You've got Brendan Smith at hooker, Kenny Bromwich and Nelson Asafa Solomonu in the back row. Very lethal. Joey Tarpany at lock. And on the bench, you've got Isaiah Papali'i, Kieran Foran, Britton Nakora, and Isaac Liu. And then the reserves there, you got Moses Leota and Dallin Wateni Zalesniak. Very good side that both sides have named here. I think on paper, Australia's probably got the edge, but you can't rule out New Zealand. They have had some success against the Kangaroos in recent years. I think last time they played each other, I think New Zealand actually won. I could be wrong on that, but New Zealand, they do know how to beat Australia. They definitely have the players and the game plan to beat Australia. Just a matter if they can do it on the day. Now, if you live in New South Wales, this game will be 6:45 a.m. for us in New South Wales. If you're in Queensland, it'll be 5:45 a.m. So very early. But I'm telling you, it'd be worth getting up for 6:45 a.m. Kangaroos up against the Kiwis. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Really looking forward to this game. Very hard one to pick. I think it could go either way. As for my tip, it's easy to pick Australia because they're $1.25 and New Zealand are at $4. It's easy to go Australia. But I look at New Zealand, I think their forward pack can really trouble Australia. I think if Dylan Brown and Jerome Hughes get it right in the halves, and you've got backs like Peter Hiku can defend at just about any centre in the game. Ronaldo's a try scorer. Rapana's got experience. Manu at fullback has been outstanding. Very tough game to pick. Australia go in as favourites, well-deserved favourites, but I'm actually going to go for the upset. I think New Zealand will win against Australia tomorrow morning, and I reckon the Kiwis can get them by 4. I think there'll be nothing in it. I think it'll be a low-scoring game. It should be a belter. I'm going to go New Zealand 1-12. I think this is going to be a really good game, but I just got a bad feeling about Australia. Nathan Cleary playing over in the UK. I don't think he's used to those fields. It's not comfortable. I don't know if Nathan Cleary can handle this sort of level. I mean, in Origin, he seems to be quite ordinary. At NRL finals level, he's a beast because he's at Penrith and they've got all superstar players around him. But every time he plays rep foot in Nathan Cleary, it's always a bit of a concern. So I got a feeling about New Zealand. I think New Zealand can win, and I think New Zealand have got a bit of motivation. They have already booked their flight for tomorrow morning when they lose to Australia. That's what New Zealand have already, or that's what they're doing. I don't know who's done it. Someone has, I think, someone who works with the Kiwis or someone who works in the World Cup, the World Cup organisers. They've got New Zealand's fucking flights booked for tomorrow or the next day, which is going to cost them about $10,000. So if that doesn't give New Zealand motivation to get up, nothing will. I think New Zealand are going to win. So, look, I'm going to go New Zealand by 4. I'm going to go a low-scoring game of New Zealand, 18 points to 14. For the first try scorer, I'm going to go with Nelson Asafa Solomona in the back row to score the first try. And for the man of the match, I'm going to go with Joseph Manu. I think he'll be man of the match. New Zealand to upset Australia tomorrow morning in what promises to be a cracker. Now, let's go to the next game, which is going to be very, very intriguing. Sunday morning, 1:30 a.m. This game's at the Emirates Stadium there in London. England against Samoa. Now, go back to the very first game in the World Cup. England put 60 on Samoa. It was an absolute bloodbath. England go in as favourites here, as you'd expect. $1.35. Samoa at $3.25. Very good value there for Samoa if you like them. Having a look at the England side here, I've got Sam Tompkins at fullback on the wings there. Tommy Makinson and Dominic Young. Centres, Watkins and Farnworth. The halves are Jack Wellesby and Georgie Williams. The front row of Tom Burgess, Chris Hill, Michael McLaren goes to hooker. The back row is Elliot Whitehead and Johnny Bateman there. The lock is Victor Radley. The bench, you've got the enforcer there, Luke Thompson, Morgan Knowles, Mike Cooper, and Mike McMeekin. And the reserves are Mike Sneed and Kai Pearce-Paul. Very, very strong side from England. Very dominant team. They've been very good this World Cup. Yes, they have had quite an easy run, but they did put 60 on Samoa in the first game, which nobody expected it to happen, and it did. So, very good side from England. Now, Samoa's team, fullback Joseph Suoliti, the wingers Taylor May and Brian Toto, centres are Stephen Crichton and Timmy Lafai. The halves are Jerome Luai and Milford. The front row of Junior Paulo and Royce Hunt, Farmoon and Brown at hooker. The back row of Liggy Sow and Jaden Sewell, the lock Oregon Kafusi. On the bench, you've got Josh Papali, Martin Tapau, Chanel Harris Tavita, and Kalman Tulangi. And the reserves there, just Spencer Linu and Ken Seo. Very good team from both sides. I'm looking forward to seeing how this game plans out on Sunday morning. England have got the advantage over Samoa. They've obviously got they've got a very strong side, England, and they've been in this position before where a couple of years ago in the World Cup, they got to the World Cup final and they were beaten by Australia. I think it was 6-0. And England will be up for this. I think Samoa are aware of what England are capable of. I think England are aware that Samoa won't be pushovers. Samoa will be much improved from that first game they played. I expect this game to be quite intense. The first 20 minutes of this game is going to be very interesting to see how it all goes. The thing that worries me about Samoa is can they do Luai and Milford have the kicking game to win in this sort of environment, especially over there in the UK? Can Joseph Suoliti stand up at fullback over there in the UK? Can, Junior Polo and all these sort of players, Josh Papali, can they lay a good enough platform against the likes of Burgess, Hill, Radley, Thompson, Bateman, Whitehead, all these sort of players? I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see how this game plans out. But my tip for the game, I think England are going to get the job done. I think England just have a little bit too much experience. So I'm going to go England. I'm going to go too good for Samoa. If I had to go for a scoreline, I'll go England to win. I reckon 26 points to 12. First try scorer, I'm going to go with I'll go Dominic Young for the first try scorer and man of the match. I think Jack Wellesby will once again be the best player on the field. Jack Wellesby to be man of the match. England to win by 14 points. Should be an absolute cracker. England and Samoa. I think it's going to be New Zealand and England in the World Cup final. Something a bit different. New Zealand to upset Australia tomorrow morning, and England to knock off Samoa there by 13 plus. But fellas, I know it's been a short stream, but just wanted to do a quick World Cup preview. What I reckon is going to happen tomorrow morning and on Sunday morning. So if you enjoyed it, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Comment and predictions for the World Cup semi-final between Australia, New Zealand, and England, Samoa in the comment section down below. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a fantastic Friday night, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, take care, everyone, and we'll see you guys in the next one. New Zealand and England to win.